Hi everyone. I continue to do the analysis of old episodes in order. In this video, I will show you all the secrets and Easter eggs of Skibidi Toilet Season 2. We'll analyze episode 5 through 8, talk about all the moments you may have missed. If you want to understand this mysterious series with me, then watch this video to the end. It's going to be interesting. Let's go. In episode 5, we see a huge flying Skibidi toilet. You can see right away that his toilet is different from all the others. It has a narrow cistern and a flush button at the bottom. It also has a male 09 head, just like the toilets in episode 3. We see this toilet a second time in episode 13, but he gets laser eyes. Also, 2 big cameramen flush him, and we don't see any more toilets like that. What's weird is that he was flying without a jetpack, helicopter, or anything, while the other flying toilets had that. At the beginning of the episode, we see people, just like in episode 3, but these are different people. It looks like everyone who was in episode 3 became Skibidi toilets in that restaurant. Notice the Pontiac automobile. On the license plate, we see the letters OCD, which could refer to obsessive-compulsive disorder. By the way, this company no longer makes cars. Pontiac went bankrupt in 2009. Look at the military vehicles. There are tanks driving towards Skibidi and military helicopters flying nearby. It looks like people are trying to destroy Skibidi toilets. By the way, pay attention to this sign on the tank. That's usually the chevron and it means rank or something. But I found something else. I have told you many times that Dafuq is Russian. I have researched a lot of information about him and I am sure of it. Now, if you know, Russia is currently at war in Ukraine, and Russian military equipment has Z and V markings on it. I suspect that this may be related as well. By the way, below we see a dancing G-Man and Gordon Freeman, just like in the rest of the early Skibidi toilet videos. The other flying Skibidis have the usual toilet shape. Notice how they have little flying Skibidi flying out of their mouths. We saw this technology in episode 30 when the Skibidi scientist had a parasite come out of his mouth. Also, a lot of them have red eyes. I don't know what that means. Maybe they're furious. That's what we saw with Skibidi the priest when he ate the cameraman. Also in episode 51, there was a Skibidi plane with red eyes, and he was very strong and survivable. You can see a sign in the distance that says AP, but I don't know what that could mean. Also, the big toilets have this gray thing here, and the little ones don't. We haven't met the cameraman yet in this episode, but we're looking exactly on his behalf. Notice how the image is zoomed in. Meanwhile, in past episodes, the camera has always been static. Maybe we even watched them from people's behalf, but I doubt it. What about episode 6? First of all, it is a reference to a similar scene in the multiverse of Beatbox video. We see the same character in the blue shirt. At the very beginning, there is a picture of the male 07 toilet from the first episode. It looks like he's an idol for the other toilets. Also, there is G-Man as a human here. How about a dancing Spider-Man? There's Gordon Freeman dancing on the left as usual. But what surprised me is male 07 and male 09 dancing here in the same clothes they wore in Multiverse of Beatbox. There are also Skibidi toilets around, which means we're in the Skibidi universe. That said, these guys here are not in toilets form, so they didn't turn themselves into toilets, they just came into this world. Later I'll tell you the theory that's most likely to be true. By the way, before the Skibidi part of the song begins, we hear a remix of Lady Gaga's Blood Mary. For those who don't know, it's a reference to the popular series Wednesday. The main character danced at a party to this remix and it became very popular. This bald toilet looks like it's from episode 5. There's a Skibidi woman here, by the way. We also see them in episode 7, but they are no longer in the series. Overall, this episode doesn't have much of a plot, but in episode 7 we see for the first time that we are Cameramen. Now there is no longer G-Man next to Gordon Freeman, but another character from Half-Life, Barney Calhoun. Here we also see the first appearance of G-Man Toilet. But let's go over everything in order. Cameraman walks over and just flushes Skibidi. It looks like all the agents have been given orders to destroy the toilets at this exact moment. Before this, they were just watching, but now they've started a war. As he flushes, the dancing characters in the background disappear. Notice that the toilet is standing in the street, near a light pole, with toilet paper hanging next to it. There is nothing around at all, just grass and the horizon. By the way, this is the RP Downpour Clear map. You can explore it by yourself. Skibidi toilets appear on the horizon, but there's no one in the distance. And then we hear an explosion and a huge G-toilet stands in front of us. Where did he come from? I have two theories. One, he was teleported here because we can see the black smoke. Maybe he was dropped from the air. He could have been flown here by Skibidi from episode 5. But the second theory is that he enlarged right here. What if right in that building, Skibidi scientist was experimenting on toilets and enlarged one of them many times over? Because he grew so big, he destroyed the building. He doesn't have laser eyes yet, or he just doesn't use them. Also note the shape of the toilet. In episode 9, we see a monument with a gold toilet on top and a picture of male 07 from the first episode. But this toilet belongs to G-Man as it has a narrow cistern. G-Man will eventually be improved and take over the toilet from the destroyed flying Skibidi from episode 13. Note that male 09 toilet appears right behind G-Man. It's like it's hinting to us that the 9th and 7th are in control of everything that happens here. I don't know why Dafuq stopped mentioning these characters in the new episodes. Maybe he didn't like that theory, or maybe no one noticed their faces by the toilets. It's time to analyze episode 8, which is the last episode in the second season of Skibidi Toilets. By the way, only the first 2 seasons had 4 episodes each. All the following seasons had only 3 episodes. Here we see for the first time how the war started already in a big way. A squad of cameramen goes to fight a squad of Skibidi Toilets. People are still standing around, they don't understand what's going on. We'll see the humans a couple more times in later episodes, and then they disappear. I'm pretty sure the Skibidi virus caused them all to become toilets eventually. Note that almost all of the cameramen have white hands. In the new episodes, we see them all wearing gloves. I think the cameramen are robots, just made to look like humans. So it's not leather, it's some kind of fabric or skin-like material. Behind them, we see camera vans. I think they're carrying a lot of agents. By the way, right behind them, you can see G-Man as a human again. But there's something wrong with him, his head's too big. I think G-Man has a lot of clones. One of them became Skibidi Toilet, and this one became a doll or something. There are a lot of cameramen in the squad with black cameras. It has nothing to do with their skin color, though. All of their arms are white. I assume black cameras indicate that the fighter is more trained. But I only think that way because of Plungerman. We haven't seen many cameramen with those black cameras in the newer episodes. The biggest toilet among the Skibidi in this squad is again male 09. This again tells us something about this guy's special role. From behind us, we hear 3 bang sounds followed by male 07 toilet approaching us. I'm not sure if he's the only one here or if there are several like the 9th. But he took out the agents a little easy, just by headbutting them once. I think it's the 7th from episode 1 that everyone worships. He probably has superpowers, which is why he took out the cameramen so easily. By the way, this is the last episode where we see this gray thing at the toilet. Since we've seen the original male 07 and 09 in this universe, they probably didn't turn into Skibidi Toilets here. So my theory about the battle with the evil 9th looks more and more like it's true. Like they arrived on planet 1337 but decided not to fight themselves, but to fight with the help of their armies. Maybe even at first the cameramen belonged to the original 9th, but then the evil version controlled them and they fight on his side, while the original 7th and 9th created the Skibidi Toilets. I really want Dafuq to remember about these characters and solve this mystery. And that's it for now. Put a like, subscribe to my channel. That was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!